Hello. Hi. Hello, everybody. I hope you are doing well. I have been running all over creation already today. It's been crazy around here. But the good news is I have projects for us to make. Yay, you guys have found me. I'm so glad. It's been so crazy trying to get everything ready. My children are doing a gazillion activities, and I'm just trying to keep up. I shouldn't say a gazillion because there's not that many, but all I'm doing is driving. Hey, Lisa. How are you doing, Lisa? How's that hip? Oh, I'm putting on my lipstick. So much better now. Hi, Renata. You did make one. Yay. Hey, Barbara. It is great to see you guys. I am so excited to be here. Always love to be with you guys. I am so glad you could make it to my afternoon session. We were driving this morning. My son has tennis at 10. He just decided he wanted to start tennis. So he's taking beginner classes with all these little kids. And he's like the 100th percentile for his age. So, oh, an Oreo firecracker for energy? Oh, well, let's just see here. Here's one. I actually did pull one out. I was going to eat it before I started. But since you mentioned it, I don't mind if I do. Oh, so good. I'd like to say this is from the same package as last week, but that'd be a flat out lie. It's not. I just got some yesterday. Oh, so good. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm trying to think if anything really amazing has happened since we last spoke. I'm not sure. I drove a ton last. Ooh, Franziska, where are you from? I drove last week like a lot, like more than I've driven in a long time. Holy buckets. I think we talked about my daughter's taking geometry, so that is just taking a lot of time for her to take her class. And then my son, he didn't really have much of anything going on last week, but this week it all starts. Susan, you made it. You missed the lipstick though. Sorry, my dear. Mwah. So anyway, hey, Milena. It's stormy in Mankato. Is it really? My sister, Wendy, my sister lives in Chanhassen, and she said the power was out and they weren't expecting to get it back on until Wednesday, but it came on last night, so she was really thankful. Hey, Olivia. Well, I'm so glad you are writing. We're glad to have you. So anyway, my sister is happy that she's not losing all of the food in her refrigerator, and I think she's probably also happy that the air conditioning is working again. But there was a terrible storm that went through over the weekend in Minneapolis, so that was crazy stuff. We, on the other hand, have had no rain in quite a while. It's super dry. My lawn looks horrible, and it is hotter than blazes. Oh my gosh. So that is really crazy. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm just so excited this is working out. I know it's dark as night and radiant Eden Prairie. That's crazy. Oh my gosh. Well, it looks like it's working for this afternoon for you guys. I know some of my international people, this is getting late for them. I think the South Pacific, it's like overnight right now. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry to you guys. I love you all, and hopefully you can just watch the recording. And Sue, you made it. Yay. Now I know the bummer is I think a bunch of you guys are so not gonna like sneak out of work to watch this because you might be done where you are. So, haha, that's funny. I'm laughing because I think it's funny that you guys watch me like on the down low during your work hours. Okay, so I have some really fun cards to share with you. I'm just peeking. They're all floral cards, but let's be honest, florals are awesome. I really am looking forward to showing. You're sneaking. Good for you, Susan. I actually had somebody, I don't know if she's on, I haven't seen her name flash by yet. I actually had somebody private message me because she couldn't post anything to Facebook because she was at work. I thought that was really funny. That cracked me up. Anyway, you guys are so funny. I can't remember what I was going to say though. I don't know. Oh, I know. So you guys know I have 2 kids and my daughter is 15, going on 40. And my son most days is 11 going on 2, but he's getting better. And I have to say, this weekend, my son did, like, he can be really annoying, but every so often he has like this moment of like, oh, where he's just hysterical. So we were in the car and I can't remember what we were doing. Well, oh, I know. It was Friday and the 4 of us had gone out to lunch and I think my husband's trying to burn some vacation before he loses it next month. But it was really funny because we were all in the car after lunch and, you know, having 4 people decide where to go to lunch is kind of like really difficult to get them to all agree. And then they all pout, which is sort of annoying, but we had a really good lunch. And in the car, my daughter was getting annoyed by her brother, of course. And she said, "You are pushing all my buttons." And without skipping a beat, he leans over and he touches her and he goes, boop. I guess he had to be there. It was so funny. It was just so hysterical the way he did it. And the boop, it just made me funny. Andrea Forey, if you're on here, it totally made me think of you. So it was a silly thing. And I don't know, if you guys have kids and you know how they are just like at each other. And I mean, it's only the first week of school has only been out. So anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. I see a couple of you have wrote that you've shared my video. Yay! Thank you so much. And I am kind of mortified to tell you I have not done the drawing for last time. I haven't even written down the shares and we had like 40 some people share it, which was amazing. And I'm so grateful to you. So I will have to do that drawing. I'll either go live again or I will post it later just so that we can get that. Cause I have stuff to be giving away. I actually just went to the post office. I also have to tell you, I had a major problem with my email the last like 10 days. It was fixed, I think, Thursday or Friday of last week. So if you have emailed me and I have not responded, will you please resend it? I think I got a virus. I got a message from Yahoo saying that my account was about to hit its limit, which I kind of thought was possible until my husband looked it up and said that I have a terabyte of storage. And even on my best picture-filled frenzied day, I would never fill a terabyte. So long story short, if I've missed something from you, please email me back. I think like the door to Narnia was opened with this virus and I've missed a whole bunch of emails and a whole bunch of emails I sent out did not make it to people. So I'm so sorry. I have not actually forgotten you. I've been corresponding like crazy, but like a bunch of it has disappeared. We have finally gotten it off of my computer. So I think we're in good shape. But like even today, I got a couple emails from people that I was supposed to be communicating with that it wasn't happening. So anyway, I'm really sorry about that, which has kind of got me a little frazzled. But anyway, we'll get through it. But as my dear friend has told me on many an occasion to talk to like walk me back from the edge of the wall. It's just stamping, Dina. It's fun. It's awesome. It's okay. It's going to be okay. You're not like curing cancer, which I realize, so that's all right. We'll get there. Anyway, all right. I have some great projects. Yes, it is completely a phishing scheme, Amy, and I totally fell for it. It was like 3 emails in a row, so I thought I really was in trouble. Oops. I guess I really thought that my free Yahoo Mail could fill up, but my husband mentioned that the terabyte I have is the same amount of storage I have on my entire computer, and that's half full, which he was, by the way, impressed with, because a half of a terabyte is quite a bit, actually. But I do a lot of pictures and a lot of videos, so it all adds up. Plus, I had to delete a whole bunch of Facebook Lives off of my computer because those, like, last week's was an hour and 40 minutes. Oh my gosh. It was crazy. So anyway, are you guys ready to stamp? And I keep meaning to do this, but like if you guys have questions about anything, whatever it is, preferably stamping, but I'll answer any questions that you have that I can answer. Or if you have like silly questions you want to ask me about me, that's fine too. I don't care. But I would love to hear your questions and talk about them during Facebook Live. Or if there's a technique you want to see or learn, I'd be happy to show you some techniques. So you have 5 terabytes of audiobooks? That's insane. Okay, I'm fine. Good for you though, Renata. Oh my gosh. So if you do have questions, I really would love to know what they are so I can answer them because this is so for you guys. Hey Kayla, it's 6 a.m. here. You haven't gone to bed. Oh, because your 3-year-old is sick. Bless your heart. Those were just the worst times when your kids were sick all night and you just wanted to sleep. But I hope I can make you laugh and make it better for you. So, oh goodness. Anyway, I hope your little kiddo gets better though. That have sick kids are just the worst, especially, well, I would say especially because summer, but it's actually winter where you are. So not so bad. Well, I shouldn't say that. Not as bad. I think there's nothing worse than being sick during the summer, but that's just me. Okay, so I have lots of stamping to share with you. I have fun projects, and I'm going to give you a little preview of tomorrow's blog post because I'm kind of excited about it. You know, do you ever like make something and then you're all giddy, like it turned out way better than you thought? And do you have a way to work with demos under you that don't live in Iowa? Oh my gosh, Jennifer, most of my team is not in Iowa, so totally. Oh, for sure. We do Facebook Live downline meetings because, you know, this is so my thing. I'm pretty good at this Facebook Live thing. A shaker card. That's good. I like that. And good morning from Australia. It's nice to see you, Vicky. So I'm writing this note down quickly. Hold on one second. Shaker card. What else do you guys have? Shaker. We'll get that. I like shaker cards. Actually, I like them a lot. They're fun. So I think Tara asked for that, of course. Am I near Des Moines? I am 2 hours from Des Moines. A work trip in July. Oh, you're going to be amazed to be in Iowa in July. It's going to be hot and humid. But Des Moines is fun, Michelle. There's all kinds of good stuff. A fold card. Fold. Like a different type of fun fold or just a different type of fold. Is that what you're getting at, Hope? I can totally do that. Hope, you're killing me because I keep wanting to call you Veronica. Do you go by Hope or Veronica? It's sort of tricky. And I think the reason I have so much trouble is because I have another customer named Hope, and I think I'm getting you two confused. Okay, Kara wants fun folds. Kelly wants emboss resist. Excellent. Folds, fun folds. I like to emboss resist. Even though I'm a lazy stamper, I will do that. Emboss resist. Okay. Hope. You didn't answer my question. I hope it is Hope. The triple layered card front. Ooh, I think I know what you're talking about. In fact, actually, hold on. Hold, please. Fun fold would be fun. Is this what you mean? Oh, I'm going to switch the camera. Okay. Triple layer card. I think what you mean is like this. I actually showed this card last week, but instead it's maybe the layers are a little smaller, but it's stamping, the triple layer stamping. Is that what you guys are talking about? Oh, I didn't see Veronica. Okay. Okay, so this, I will be glad to share this. So that is the triple layer. Okay, this is good, you guys. Good job. I love this. You guys are giving me great ideas. Here, I gotta finish off my Oreo. Look at the firecrackers in there. Doesn't that just make you happy? Isn't this card pretty? Oh, it was from Lisa. She's so sweet. I did really like this card, though. Hey, Elizabeth. Hi, Nancy. You're still at work? Shh. She's still at work. It's okay. Any word on the, when the daisy punches are coming? I believe, Melina, the word is the 26th of June. And believe me, when those suckers are in stock, I'm going to go crazy. There will absolutely be an online class for the daisy set, I promise. Ooh, Amy, the new embossing paste. I like that. Maybe, well, I have it. I haven't used it yet, so maybe we'll have to whip it out later. That sounds so bad. Okay. So yeah, this is the triple layer. So, okay, I'm going to cut it off there because you guys have given me a whole bunch of techniques, but I like where you're going with this. So awesome. Okay. So today, I do have some great projects, I think. Of course, I always think my projects are good. But I really am excited to share with you this Happy Birthday Gorgeous. I think Susan asked me when my next class is, and the short answer is soon. And the long answer is I'm trying to be really careful because I am, that's what I was going to tell you. I'm driving my kids all the time. Like literally I full time last week drove my kids around to stuff, and they're not even in that much stuff. But my daughter is taking this class, which is kind of killing me. Anyway, I haven't bit off any online classes because I need to spend a little bit more time with my family. I can't keep working these 80-hour weeks. However, I do have a girl coming over. I'm hiring a driver. At least that's my hope. I hope it turns out. I think it will be fine. She is going to drive my kids to some of their stuff so that I can work, because most days last week I didn't actually start working until 3 or 5 in the afternoon, and that is really tricky. So I'm completely behind in everything. Plus, my helpers are not helping me as much because of the summer schedule with their families. So let's just say Dina's trying to readjust, and once I get myself organized, I hope I will have a couple of classes. But this Happy Birthday Gorgeous is definitely going to be one of the online classes I offer, and probably will be the next one. I'm hedging just a teeny bit to make sure everything continues to stay in stock before I offer anything. The other one that I'm going to offer pretty quickly here is I think it's called Colorful Seasons. It's the Color Theory suite of products. Here, I'll grab the paper. I think I showed this to you a couple times ago. It's this gorgeous Color Theory paper, the stuff. And then there's the stamp set with the Adirondack chair in it. And, there's a whole bunch of stuff. So that's going to be coming very soon. So anyway, okay. So there is a really long answer to a short question. Soon. All right. So my first card uses the Happy Birthday Gorgeous, and we used the matching Thinlit for this last week with that cute little watercolor card. And actually, I did do a Friday quickie, but I couldn't get it posted by Friday, and then I just haven't gotten it posted yet. But I actually have 2 videos shot, one for my blog and one for my VIPs, and like a whole bunch of projects because I had fun stamping. and I kind of couldn't stop myself. So long story short, after my son booped my daughter in our car last Friday, I actually went to work and did a bunch of stamping. So anyway, now this card that I'm going to show you, I might have shown you in a Facebook Live, but I didn't make the card, and I wanted to show you because it's really quick and easy. Here's the card. It's really fun, but what I like, or that's a little kind of extra in here, is I did some sponging to kind of really richen up the card, and it's just so simple. And of course, you could do this in a whole bunch of different color combinations. So again, I'm using Happy Birthday Gorgeous, and I've got my stamps out. I think I've got all of them. Here we go. And then I'm going to just use a 1/4 sheet trimmed. So this is 4 by 5 1/4, and then a 1/2 sheet of Berry Burst, which is probably the best color ever invented. Besides maybe, like, that's not aqua shade. So, because like, do you see that my shirt is aqua? My ring is aqua. I actually got this in London when I was there last time. My earrings, which you can't see, have aqua. So I'm all decked out. Just for you guys. Do you guys like that? You know, I put a sweater on because I came downstairs and I was cold, but then I've been kind of spazzy and now I'm warm again. My basement is nice and cool, which is wonderful, but sometimes it's tricky. Okay, so the color combo I'm using on here is So Saffron, Pear Pizzazz, Calypso Coral, Berry Burst, and a little Bermuda Bay, because everything with aqua is better. So isn't that kind of an awesome color combination? I really like this. They're bright, happy summer colors, which I think are awesome. So today we're going to do kind of like a bright, happy color palette. Then we're going to do kind of a softer but yet summery palette. And then we're going to do it like a fancy color palette. So I kind of have the range of projects for you. All right. So back to our card. It's super easy, and this is just such a fun set, and I think the reason I absolutely love it is this stamp right here, which you can see Berry Burst stains the crap out of it. There's just no way of getting around that, but it's okay. I really, really like the color, and I kind of like actually that it stains my stamps, because then I know they've been used and loved. So you can see I stamped off the first layer, and then I am doing the oh sorry, I missed some of your card in the box. I do use the pop-up ones. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I missed some of these. You're on break with a Diet Coke. Oh my gosh, I just kept missing a bunch of these comments. Oh my gosh, seriously. Okay, so anyway, hi Lisa. I stamped off the first layer of ink with Berry Burst, and that way it will give me 2 shades of color. Now, whenever I'm stamping random stuff, I like to stamp in triangles. I think I've told you guys that before. It really is great for getting a nice visually appealing look to your cards. I'm going to clean off my stamp though. Now, another tip that I would give you that I'm absolutely not following is go from lightest to darkest. So I should have started with my lighter color. But, okay, so I'm going to stamp. These are So Saffron. And again, I'm trying to go in a triangle, and if you made a weird triangle, it would work. So there we go. All right. Now I'm going to go back, and again, I'm doing this backwards. I should have done it the other way, but I want to point something out. So do you see this little pointy thing of photopolymer that sticks out on those stamps? Do you see that little pointy thing right there? That is actually to help you figure out the alignment of this. And so there we go. See, it lines up perfectly when you have them pointing in the same direction. So that is good to know. Okay, now there we go. I always also look for the 2 humps because then I know I can line it up that way too. All right, and then I'm going to clean that off, and then we'll do the same thing with our So Saffron. And the other thing that I kind of like about this is if it's not perfect, it's not like crazy noticeable, so you can fake it, which is half of stamping, which is awesome. Hi, Karen. How are you doing, my dear? Was the river nice this weekend? It looked like it was. Okay, now I'm also going, before I get too crazy, I like to start with the biggest images and work from large to small. That way you'll end up with enough space for everything to fit. So kind of the next image size that I want to use is the green leafy thing. And so I'm going to use Pear Pizzazz for this. And I just kind of want to fit those leaves in wherever they will. Some of them are going to kind of go off in one direction. Some of them are gonna kind of be off in other directions. It just sort of depends. But you just kind of want to fill that space up a bit. Okay, so there we go. Then I'm also going to add in the little flower. You can see also well stained, but good. And this one we're going to do in Calypso Coral. So again, I'll stamp off my solid image and then fill it in where there's room. And I guess we'll kind of, well, we can put one right there. But did I stamp that off? No. There we go. So, how do you clean it? Is it okay to run underwater? Oh my gosh, absolutely. So what I do, Melena, with my Stampin' Scrub is, oh my gosh, somebody's watching me from their pool. I kind of love that. Good for you, Win. So what I take my Stampin' Scrub under the faucet, and I do this in my bathroom. So here, I squirt a squirt of hand soap in there and scrub it, you know, like physically with my fingers. It's really good at getting the ink out of your fingers, by the way, kind of like washing your hair. And then I rinse it, and then I let it sit, and then I rinse it again, and that usually gets the extra ink out of it. It depends on how much ink you've used. If you have a lot of ink, like you can see there's a lot of color stained in this one. And then I know the current ones are black. They used to be white, and you can see they don't last white for very long. But anyway, once you do that, it really does clean up pretty good. I still needed this though. And you can then get most of the ink out. And then what I do is I tip it on its side on like an old rag and let it dry so that it catches any color that might be coming out of the scrubby thing itself, because you know you do have ink coming in there. So if you have, like, depending on what your surface you're laying it on, you might not want to get that covered in ink. So that's how I do it, and I usually do a whole bunch at once. I also sometimes let them sit outside, but if it's, you know, I always tend to do that on like a really windy day when like we've just cut the grass, and so I'll put it outside, and then it'll like have grass clippings in it. That's just kind of my luck, but that's what always seems to happen to me. Now I'm taking this last little flower and just kind of putting it around. And if you caught me last week, you probably saw that I did a cool thing about how I organized all my new accessories. And I really like, now that I've actually worked with it, I still don't have them labeled because I don't have time. I'm hoping that is actually something I can get my new helper to help me do that. But I really like having my stuff in these clear cases. It's working out wonderfully because I couldn't fit everything in the same spot, which is part of my problem. Now I can. And then the other thing was that, you know, they're all in different types of cases and whatnot. So if you missed that Facebook Live last week, definitely go back and check. It's worth a look. Okay, now I made this a happy birthday card, but the beauty of this is, of course, you could do whatever you wanted. In fact, you know what? I think I might actually turn this into a thank you card because I always need thank you cards. And I think that would be a good idea for me. And you know what? I like Thanks Kindly from One Big Meaning. I love the stamp set. Did you guys notice that? I think it's really fun. But I'm going to post this or stamp this right on here like so. Let me grab a block and we'll use some black ink. Okay. Now, actually, before I do that though, I'm going to do a little sponging. So I'm going to take a sponge for my So Saffron. Now I have written, you can't see it super clear, well, pretty clear. I have taken actually I cut my sponges into sixths. 1/6 is, and I take and just, I used a Sharpie to label them. Oh my gosh, words are really hard today. Wow. And that way I know which color this goes for. So I have dedicated ones, and you don't need very many packages of sponges when you cut each sponge into 6 pieces. So that works out. So I'm just going to sponge and I'm just going to kind of swirl it on. I think you get a better look than if you were to like tap, tap, tap on here. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to swirl it, starting kind of off the page a little bit. And that kind of helps prevent me from getting real dark spots any one place, which is good. And then do you see how that just really makes the whole thing look a lot richer? I love that. So it's really kind of a nice touch. I've done this before, but it's been a while, so I liked coming back to that. Do you guys find that when you stamp, you learn amazing techniques, especially right at the beginning when you were first stamping, and there were so many wonderful things that you could do? And then you kind of forget about them after you've maybe tried them once and then move on. I've been stamping for almost 20 years. I find that some of those oldies but goodies are kind of fun. So, all right, so I have my Glimmer enamel dots, and I'm going to just add 3 of them. You can see I have a bunch missing. I actually made this card for a swap, but what's kind of cool is they come in different intensities. So I'm just going to put my 3 on here like so. And then of course, I'm sure you would all agree that no card is really complete without some clear Wink of Stella. So we're going to put Wink of Stella on all the flowers because that's just pretty. Now I will tell you, Berry Burst likes to pick up the color. Do you see that? So just get rid of the excess color before you go on to the nice light So Saffron. So I'll just add a little bit of color to each of these fun flowers, or not color, sparkle, because everything's better with sparkle. And then all I'm going to do is adhere it to my card. That's it. There's not a lot to this one, but isn't it fun and happy? I really like it. Then you remember stamping on stationery and even t-shirts. Oh my gosh. We stamped on, do you remember, have you ever stamped on tissue paper and then melted it to a plain white candle? Oh, that was like one of the first things I did. I loved doing that. So there we go. This is my card, and thank you, but the happy birthday comes in the stamp set. So whatever you like, but it works out pretty cute. I like this card a lot. All right, now my next card is a fun one, but it's a little softer and fancier, I guess. So we're also going to use this burlap background stamp, which I'm so digging the background stamps this year, you guys. Oh my gosh, they are amazing, like amazing. So this card, I'm not going to show it to you first. You have to wait till I get there. This card uses So Saffron and Pear Pizzazz as well, but we're going to make it a little softer. So we'll take this color and this color, but we're going to get rid of these colors and switch them out for some softer colors. So I have Sweet Sugar Plum, which turns out this is kind of a funny color. I did not even like this color, but I totally have gotten into it, and then I really like it with my pool parties. So I think this right here is a fantastic color combination, and I'm going to add to it kind of a different color, which is early espresso, which actually works great with this. Okay. Let's see. Can you color the perfect white accents dots to make them match your card? Sort of. So, Olivia, you can color them with Sharpie markers, and anything alcohol-y will work because that will dry on that clear dot, but like the Stampin' Up! Markers will not. They will dry, or they will never dry is the problem. They'll rub right off, so that won't work. But what you can do is you can emboss them. So if you had like gold or silver powder, you could do that. I have actually colored them. In fact, I'll do one right now for you. Hold on one second. Well, let me grab one. I really got to get labels on these containers. So I have done this before where I have taken a Sharpie, and you might, whoops, something just fell off my workspace. I have taken a Sharpie marker and colored right over this. So like this is a gold Sharpie, and it makes a gold dot. It doesn't have the same shimmer, the same glossy shine, but it's similar. Hey, Danielle, you are in the Netherlands. Did I know that? That's very cool. And then the other color I like to do is black, although I think my black Sharpie is in my bag because I took it to the post office today so I could write Happy Mail on my packages. I sent out a class today. So anyway, so you can sort of do it. Sharpie markers are the key. You need permanent ink. All right, so back to my card. I have taken a half a sheet of So Saffron, and now I'm going to take and ink up my burlap background stamp. Now I left the backing on here. I haven't pulled it off yet. I may do that in the future, but for now this is working pretty well. And part of the reason is because this stamp is kind of the way it is. I can actually flip it over and place it on my card front pretty easy because it's not too big. And if it was stuck to a big block, then it kind of gets clunky and it's a little harder to do. I do recommend having a rubber though, which of course would just be this large block. Someone said, are the enamel dots all flat? Yes, they are. Yay, Julie, you finally got me. Oh, were you having trouble getting on? I'm so sorry. Your iPad worked better. Sometimes people say their laptops work better or their desktop computers work better. Sometimes their devices work better. But there is my background. And I'm looking at that and I'm realizing that I actually stamped off the first layer, so we're going to do that. I was all excited and then I kind of lost track. So this is full strength. And I know it's going to dry a little bit lighter, but let's go ahead and stamp off a layer. So we'll, boom, stamp off a layer and then we'll stamp it on our card. I'll get my rubber back out. So I have to tell you a funny story about this. And warning, there's not bad language, but inappropriateness coming. I warn you because sometimes people get mad at me if I say inappropriate things. So cover your ears if your ears are too sensitive. But I was doing a class several years ago and a lady came who hadn't ever really stamped much before, and we were using background stamps, and my very conservative Christian girlfriend calls her background stamps big hard ones because they're, they used to be on that big wooden block. And then she called a block that you used on top of it to rub it a big rubber, which of course we all thought was hysterical, especially when we talked about the bone folder, and you all know what this is called. So there is all of your inappropriate stamping terms for today. Okay, so I do like the lighter version just a little better. This is just a little kind of in your face dark. So it looks so fun though. I mean, it's like burlap right on your card. So now I'm going to set that aside for a minute, and then I have die cut I think this is the largest scallop oval from the layering ovals, and then here is one, the coordinating regular oval. So that's in Pear Pizzazz, and this is in Whisper White. Now I cracked open a stamp set that I was pretty giddy about, to be completely honest with you. I'm just pulling it out from my pile here. This is a set called Orange Blossom, and I think this is going to be one of those sleeper sets where you look at it and you're like, oh yeah, I don't know, orange blossoms, but oh my gosh, it was so awesome. I love the kind of watercolory, textury look to it and the cute little images. You know, I love building up stuff with these images. And then there's some kind of really fun words that are a little bit different, you know, not quite the standard usual words, sayings, whatever. You get what I'm saying. Okay, so to make this card, I'm going to start with this big flower, and I'm going to use my Sweet Sugar Plum ink. And I'm going to stamp one of them full strength right here, and then I'm going to do a couple more stamped off. So I just kind of get that different shades of color going. And then I'm going to take and build up my image a little bit. I should have cleaned my workspace off a little bit more than I did. Now, you could totally cut out a mask, but I'm lazy, as you guys will know. So I love to use Post-its. So I'm just going to go right up to the edge of my petal here, and I'm going to stamp this little flowery thing, whatever that is. So I stamped that in So Saffron, and then I'm going to take the little stem thing, and the stem thing is really cool because it's made to go right in here and hit all of those little balls. Flower balls. Is that the right term? I don't know. Buds, whatever. And then look at that. It's like it was right behind that flower, like magic. Because I am a magical stamper, I think. I love that you guys believe that. Okay. And then this little image, I'm pretty sure is actually supposed to be the center of something, that little thing. But instead what I'm going to do is stamp this around in a couple of places just to add a little bit of pool party to the mix, because I just love the color combination. And then I also see I kind of got some ink right at the top, so we're going to fix that with a leaf. I think that'll fix everything. Now the other thing I can do is I have this leafy image here, and if I just ink up a portion of it versus the whole thing, I can both cover up my little glue mistake or green mistake right there. Do you like how I did that? And then I don't have the whole branch, I just have part of it. So whether you use a Post-it to cover things up, or if you just partially ink your image, you can mask things off, which I think is great. All right, I'm going to do that once more on here, like so. Maybe I'll do just a little bit more coming off down here. Just trying to make sure you guys can see that in the frame. So there we go. I think that looks pretty good. Now there's also, I love the set because it has all these little pieces. There's also this little 3-dotted thing. So we're going to add that. We're going to use our Early Espresso. I got to clean things off between now and the next card. Okay. So there's Early Espresso. And I'll stamp off the ones so they're not quite as dark. So there they go, right in the center of each of those. Isn't that cute? Okay. Now, oh, I gotta keep that open. So now the stamp set has, like I said, all these sentiments. So woo, goodness. I'm gonna stamp Hey Friend. And then I'm gonna do that in Early Espresso ink. Is anybody freaking out that I have all these ink pads open on my workspace? Just testing. Hey friend. Boom. Isn't that awesome? I think this is super cute. Okay. So then, are these supposed to be orange blossoms? So they're maybe not supposed to be yellow. They're supposed to be orange. Who knows? Don't let my degree in biology fool you. I have no idea. I didn't like botany. Botany was no good. I did enjoy, though, microbiology. That was fascinating. All right, so there we go. We're going to layer that to our little scalloped oval. And then I have been doing this a little bit. I don't know if you've noticed, not a ton, but just a little. I have this really gorgeous new ribbon. This is in crushed curry, but I love it on this card because it's a little darker. Now you wouldn't see it on the full strength one nearly as much, but here you can see it nicely. Orange blossoms are white. Ooh, okay, that's good to know. Actually, I think I did know that. And I won't say it's because of a biology reason. It is because of a printed paper reason, which of course makes much more sense. Okay, now what I'm going to do here is put a couple of strips of adhesive. I know this is where I'm going to cover up my card with my little sentiment, or my oval, pardon me. But I'm going to place on it across here some ribbon. And I'm just verifying that I've gotten the right length. And then I'm going to zigzag it ever so slightly like this. Now this probably uses about the same amount you would if you were to create a wraparound bow on your card. But the difference is that it's totally flat. So the post office won't pitch a fit about mailing your card and putting extra postage on there, because that makes me mad. I will tell you, today I had to pay extra postage. Well, actually, there's a reason they use the term going postal. So today, a package that I wanted to mail would have been $3 more if I used my envelope. But if I took my envelope, put it in their envelope, then it was $2 less, or $3 less. Like, what? So I had to use more supplies, which cost more money, but then it was less to mail. Like, what is that? I do not understand. Okay, so there we go. Isn't that gorgeous? So pretty. So you can see this is a really fun card, but it's kind of totally different from the last one I did. Different kind of look. Now, if you are one of those people who likes to do kind of putsy coloring and whatnot, oh my gosh, the next card is going to be amazing. Okay. It drives me crazy going to the post office. I can't stand the one in the town I actually live in, so I drive to the next town because they are just so much nicer there, and they totally like me, and they're so cute because if I don't have Happy Mail written on my packages, then they will give them back to me and remind me to put Happy Mail on them, which I think is adorable. So, all right. Now the next card we're going to do is... Let's see, I'm looking for my stamp set. I kind of have like a ton of stuff out here, as you might imagine, because that's sort of how I operate. But I should get rid of some of it, so let me clean up for a second. Just get rid of some of these stamps, because I have stamps everywhere. It's a good thing I have a ton of blocks, because I really like leaving stamps out a little while before I put them away. So I had to bring those down to the other end of my workspace where there was room for them. Oh, I don't see my stamp case though, with my stamp set. How will I show you? I guess I could pull the catalog out, but where's the fun in that? / what on earth did I do with my stamp set? Ugh, I don't like that. Okay, well, I'm not going to wait. But on this card, I'm going to start with a piece of very vanilla cardstock. And I'm using this stamp set. I don't even know what it's called. Okay. So, what is the stamp set called? I don't even know where my catalog went. I really am kind of in disarray right now. And I was so on top of things. Just a short... Oh, here's my catalog. Hold on. Okay. It's a really pretty set. It says hello and it says thanks. And I'm just looking for the set here. I don't know the name, so I can't look it up in the back. Oh, here we go. Floral Statements. Oh. Now, what I love about this is it looks... Oh, thanks, Danielle. You had it written there, and here I am looking. What I love about this is it looks fancy and complicated, but it's not. That's the beauty of it. Okay, so well, actually, I'm going to show you my card, and then I think we should change it a little bit and decide which one is better. How do you think that is. So here is my card. You can see I've got some shimmer on there. This was incredibly simple. I just colored a little bit around the flower, and then I did the leaves. And then I just added some baker's twine. This is our new crushed curry baker's twine, and then put it on a layer of blackened onto my crumb cake card. So we're basically going to do this, but we're going to change it up ever so slightly, okay? Now, I talked about making masks and that I was a really lazy stamper, and that is absolutely true. But sometimes I do think there is a place for making a legitimate mask out of a Post-it note. So today is going to be one of those days. So you're going to have to bear with me for just a second, because this idea came to me between driving my children to different things today. Actually, I'm going to do this one a little bit over. The reason I repositioned it is I wanted more of the sticky on the flower so that it would stick to my flower a little better. Okay, so we're going to chat for just a minute as I cut this out. Except what I did with my scissors. Oh. I could, like, when I'm, seriously, where did my scissors go? Darn it. I'm going to have to use contraband scissors. I hate that. You did not see me do this, though. Okay, so when I'm cutting out stuff, or when I'm shooting regular videos, if I can't find stuff, I'll stop the video until I can find it, but I can't do that live. Oh my gosh. So what I'm doing is I'm cutting out my flower, and I'm cutting right on the line. In fact, I might even go ever so slightly inside the line, just so that I get a good crisp image. And you'll see why I'm doing this shortly, but I don't want these white flowers. They will be white when I stamp them. I don't want these flowers getting what I'm going to do to the background of my card covered, okay? So, bear with me for just a minute, and it'll all be worthwhile. Your list is getting longer. I know I kind of have that effect on people. If it makes you feel better, my list gets longer when I watch stuff like this too. Okay, so there's that one, and then we'll do the one at the L end of hello. The L and the O. And this, again, doesn't have to be perfect. I'm trying to cut this super fast because you guys are all just kind of waiting for me to do this. But this is what happens when you have these amazing ideas while you're in your car driving your kids to stuff. So, here we go. Almost there. So, has anybody seen any good movies? I'm kind of grateful that my son didn't ask to go see Captain Underpants, because it's really hot this weekend, and so a movie theater kind of seemed like a good, cool place to be. We went to the pool a couple times, but I really was not up for Captain Underpants. He's read all those books and loves them, but oh my gosh. Okay. So there we go. Val is asking, whose videos inspire me? I am going to tell you a dirty secret, Val. I do not have time to watch videos, hardly ever. In fact, if I was watching my videos, I'd hate them because I chat too much. I would just want to get to the end. I don't watch videos because I don't have time. I used to watch videos a little bit, and a lot of what I learned was stuff I did not want to do in my videos. Isn't that horrible? But I don't really get the opportunity to watch videos very often. Okay, so now I'm going to stamp this onto my card base. This is Very Vanilla. And then I'm going to take my two masks and cover up what I stamped, the two flowers, because I want those flowers to be nice and white like they are in my sample. Of course, I added some yellow, but we'll get to that part. And then what I thought I would do is take one of our new background stamps. And by the way, can I show you how I store my background stamps? As soon as I find where I put them. I actually combine a whole bunch into one case. So here is my case of background stamps. It's one of the thick wood cases. And then I put in all of my stamps, and like this one is stuck to the case inside, which is awesome. But I'm going to pull out this music background stamp. I love this stamp. I've been kind of dying for a reason to use it. So here we go. We are going to stamp it in crumb cake, which I believe is sitting out on my table. I'm going to close this other stuff up because if Sue is still watching from the UK, she's going to have a heart attack because my stamps are out, or my ink is out. Okay, so I've inked this up with crumb cake. Now I want it to be subtle, so I'm going to get rid of a layer of that crumb cake ink. All right. And then I'm going to stamp this right over the top. So this is why we went to all that effort to cut out those masks. Okay, so it's really subtle. And then we're going to do it again. And I'm going to get rid of that first layer of ink. And then boom. I just did a little quick. It's not lined up or anything, but that just created a cool little background. Now when you remove the masks, then our two flowers are untouched. So let me show you how I colored them in. I'm going to take my watercolor pencils out. Oh my gosh, I love these things. And I've got my yellow one and my old olive one. And I'm going to take and just do some color right in towards the center. And so I'm pretty sure there is a flower somewhere that's white, except that it has a yellow center. And again, don't let my degree in biology fool you. I know nothing about plants, keeping plants alive, or what plants are. In fact, if somebody has any suggestions for my landscaping, I would be thrilled to know, because it needs some work. But my stamping is good. I think I kind of like the fact that I don't know what they're supposed to be either, because then I can color them whatever and it doesn't matter if they're like true to life. All right. Then I'm going to take my aqua painter and I'm just going to blend this out a little, not a ton, because I still want to keep it white on towards the tip of the petals and then darker towards the center. Okay. So we're just keeping it soft and pretty. But I love this yellow. Oh my gosh, this would be Daffodil Delight, I think. Yep. Daffodil Delight. It's so pretty. Now, I have a little tip for the green stuff too. You guys are probably going to like this. I'm going to color on my scrap paper here. So I've got plenty of color laid down, and then I'm going to pick it up with my pencil and grab that color. So a long answer short is I don't watch YouTube videos that often. I sometimes will watch the Stampin' Up! Ones, but I don't watch videos all that often, mainly because of time. It takes probably quadruple the amount of time, if not more, to shoot a video, to prepare for it. Probably actually quadruples a conservative number because you have to make the card, then you have to prep the card, then you have to shoot the card, then you have to edit the card. And that is actually why I don't do a lot of editing. And I think you guys like it because you say I'm real. I don't take the time to edit because it just takes forever to edit things. And so I am a stamper, not a videographer, so I want the focus to be on the stamping, not the perfect looking video. So I hope you guys like that. I know I'm not going to have the prettiest, nicest videos, but I think they're effective. You seem to think I teach you all sorts of stuff, so I hope you appreciate that. I also find humor in the mistakes, and I think you guys do too. Because stamping's not always perfect. You know, sometimes you drop your ink pad on your finished project and you might swear a little. I mean, just saying. Okay, so I've kind of put some color on my leaves, and then I'm going to come back because I realized I did not put any on this bud up here. So I'll put a little up there. Okay, so there is my card. I think it's really pretty. So I think Sue said what this music was, something Beethoven-y. That's pretty cool. I'll have to show my kids. Okay. So I'm just putting some fast fuse on here, and then I'm going to adhere it to my card, like so. And then, what if, I'm trying to decide if I should spritz it or not. What if I spritzed it, but we threw our little thingies back on here quick, so that our flowers are still pristine, but we do get a little spritzing action. Because you know I like my spritz. Ugh, I think that was good. So pretty. Oh, I hope you guys like this. I like how it's coming out. All right, so then we're gonna flip this over. I'm going to pop it up, and then we're going to add some baker's twine as I search my desk for baker's twine. I should show you what it looks like because it is a disaster. Okay, do you guys want to see what my desk looks like right now? Because it is seriously disturbing. And then you can tell me as I'm panning if you see the crumb cake baker's twine. It's going to be like that big, or not crumb cake, crushed curry. Okay, so are you ready? This is going to be so bad. Boom. See, there are the Oreos right there. That's important. Boom, boom, boom. And see, there's the other. I pulled 2 Oreos out, but I only ate 1 so far. Oh my gosh. Then look. Here's all the other junk. Isn't that terrible? Yes, it is creative chaos. I'm glad you recognize it. All right, so there we go. There's our card, but I do need to add my baker's twine as soon as I find it. Oh, here it is. You'll be shocked to know it was under something. Okay, and then the next thing we're going to do, how are we on time? We're okay. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to pull out the embossing paste, because I'm not even going to lie, I've been dying to try it and I haven't been able to do it yet. So I think we should pull it out and mess around with it just a little bit. Don't you think? Oh, Barbara, I'm so glad your desk is as full as mine. That makes me feel better. See, we creatives can commiserate with our messiness. I think I even mentioned this last week, that creative people are messy, or the more messy you are, the more creative you are, or something like that. I'm sure there's a study that would prove that to be totally true. Okay, so there we go. I just like that little extra touch of yellow on there. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh my gosh, it's really pretty. And I like, okay, but now I did say, which one do you like better? So do you like it plain, or do you like it with the little subtle background music in the background? I gotta say, the music is kind of awesome. So tell me which one you think. Tell me in the comments. I'd love to know. Oh, but you know what I didn't do to this one yet that I totally should? And that is add Clear Wink of Stella. I mean, hello. Oh my gosh. Clear Wink of Stella, which P.S. make sure it's clean before you start rubbing it on. There was a little bit of ink on there from the last card, but no one will notice because we spritzed, and that covers up most of your stamping mistakes. Okay, that is just a little better. Okay, Sue likes with the music. Tracy likes with the music. Milena likes the music. Yay, I love it. You guys like it. Oh, Emily, you're on here. Hi, Emily. Oh my gosh, Emily, I saw your phone. Emily, so you know Emily. She posted a picture on Facebook. I saw it right as I was signing on to Facebook Live. her dog ate her phone, sort of. It's all, the screen is all cracked. I'm so sad for you, Emily. That just really sucks. There's really no other way to say it. Okay, I'm glad. Everybody seems to be saying music. I think so too. I mean, I like this. It's really simple, but oh, so pretty. Now here's a tip. Do not throw these away. You took your time cutting them out. Stick them inside your stamp case so that you can use them again too. So these are reusable for sure. So just stick them in with your stamps, and as soon as I find my stamp case, I will. So I'm going to set them up here for now, but that way you can reuse them. I know there's nothing worse than your phone getting smashed, especially at the hand of at the mouth of your dog. That is just rotten. That's one thing Sophie has not ever gotten into, thank goodness. Okay, so embossing paste. Oh, this is going to be fun, guys. So embossing paste is this stuff right here. If you peel back the label, I think there's more information on here. I'm pretty sure. There we go. Yeah. So it probably says don't eat it. That would be good advice. Apply paste over decorative mask with a palette knife. Hold the mask with washi tape. Remove excess paste with your palette knife. Drying time varies. Blah, 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 blah. Clean paste from knife and mask immediately using warm soapy water. I will tell you that is good advice. Oh my gosh, it is really, really important to do that. Okay, so here is our embossing paste. It is, you know what this totally reminds me of, and this will date me a little bit. Do you remember back in the day there were, I want to say, what were they called? They were little pads that you, like Stridex pads that you washed your face with. That's what this reminds me of. The package, not the paste. So there you go. I think that's kind of funny. Okay, so here's our paste. This stuff is awesome. Ooh, it smells good. It smells, I don't know what it smells like, but I like it. Okay, I'm going to put the cover on it though, because I got to get out my palette knife and my stencils. Okay. So there's a little package of palette knives that you can get, and then there's also a packet of stencils. These are so pretty. So I have to point out a few things. And then it also mentioned, by the way, that you can tint it with re-inker. So that is all possible. So we have a cool design. Here, I'm going to get a clean piece of paper so you can see what I'm doing. And then you can also see the designs on here. And let me close this up because... Okay. So first of all, this one kind of matches the Eastern Palace stuff. So that's really cool. These are 6x6. Okay. Then this one is just kind of bricky type lines. This one are clouds, which are so cute. I saw somebody did a background with the cloud mask, and then they put the flying pig on the card with that. That's pretty cute. Don't eat the paste. That's good advice, Pammy. Thank you. And then these are little diamondy things. So very cool. Now, of course, you can make your own of these stencils. When you die cut things, you can use the die as a stencil, of course. So I'm going to show you that. But for now, we're going to just work with these. So they're plastic, which is great because then you can clean them off. But the tip that said in here, so this is inside the label I peeled back, it says immediately clean off your knives and your stencil. That is really important because when it dries on there, it's there for the long haul. Like, I'm pretty sure it would last Armageddon. Okay. So, we're going to do a couple things here. And then my challenge will be to create cards and have the cards posted with the blog post that goes up Wednesday of the video. All right, so I just have a little piece of, actually, let me get some colored cardstock. Oh, pool party. That'll work. Maybe we should do, well, Okay, so we're just going to put this on here, and then I'm pulling out my knives. There's 3 different knives, and I'm sure they have very specific purposes. But, ooh, look at that. Does it say? No, it doesn't say. I'm sure there's good artistic reasons why you would use one or the other, but this one looks like cake decorating, so I think I can handle it. So you're just going to pull out, and I suspect a small amount of this goes a pretty long way, so I'm just going to use a little bit. And then I'm just going to drag it across. I do have a little experience doing this. I have done it before. We used to have stencils way back in the day, and I did use them with paste, although it wasn't like fancy paste. This is a teensy bit fancier. I like it. Okay, so then I think the big important thing would be is pull this off carefully, like straight up, so as to keep the background intact. So isn't that cool? It's a little bit of dimension and very pretty. Okay, so now I don't have warm soapy water handy, but I do have wet wipes, so we're going to use that. So let me quick wet wipe this, and then we're going to play with a little coloring. How does that sound? So, oh my gosh, I almost forgot my wet wipes are now in a super handy spot. Okay, so I'm cleaning this off, and I definitely want to keep this nice because I have big plans for these. I think this will be lots of fun to play with. And then I'll dry it off a little bit here. Okay. How long does it take for it to dry? I have no idea, Karen. I would say probably 20-30 minutes, and I think a lot of that really depends on the humidity level. So because we're in my basement, I suspect it might be a little longer, but I'm not sure about that. Okay, then what I'm going to do is, I'm trying to make sure this is good and clean. It looks like it. Since I don't have warm soapy water, I do have baby wipes though, so I think that'll be okay. All right, so then, well, it's still a little sticky though. Maybe next time I'll bring a little basin in with water in it. All right, I'm gonna just put the wet wipe over the top so it stays moist. 5 minutes. Oh my gosh, by the time you get the rest of your card, it's done. Oh, awesome. Okay. Next we are going to do, I have a piece of Whisper White, and we're going to mix up a little color. So let me grab one more wet wipe here. We're going to mix up a little color. Now I suspect the best way to do that is going to be on something plastic. So I'm just going to grab a clear envelope that I happen to have handy, or a cello bag, something like that. Here's a clear envelope I have. And we're going to put a little bit of the mix onto, I did wipe my knife, don't worry, Wendy, thank you. Yes, you could totally mix it on your silicone mat, I think. I want to make sure though, so I'm going to do it on something I can throw away. So I put a little bit onto my plastic. I want to kind of verify that silicone mat thing because I would be kind of devastated if I messed it up completely. Okay. I'm grabbing some re-inker, and I'm going to be kind of boring and do Smoky Slate. So I put 3 drops on here. I meant to do a little less than that, but things happen. And you're just going to mix it up. I wonder if one of these things is better for mixing than others. But I just kind of have this gray look. Okay. And then I'm going to use the bricky looking one. And we're going to smear this on here. But I think it would be cool if it wasn't all even and perfect. So we're just going to kind of do it on part. So I'll pick it all up with my knife and then put it on here. Make sure I get all of it. And like I said, I don't want it to be completely even. So there we go. I've got some on there. I've got a little more left, so maybe we'll have to do another one. Look at how cool that is. Oh, so fun. Oh my gosh. The silicone mat works. They did it on Onstage Live. Oh, good to know. Thank you. All right. I'm going to take one more piece, if I can get it, of cardstock. We're going to do just a little bit more with what's left, which isn't much. But I'm just putting the rest of this because, oh my gosh, we can't waste any. That would be crazy. Oh, so cool. Oh, isn't that fun? Are you guys excited about this? Oh my gosh, I totally am. And I still have some more left, so I'll do some down here in the corner. Now I think we're going to use all of it. So now here's what I envision with this gray background is some flowers over the top, because I think that would be kind of a cool contrast. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Does glitter stick to it when it's wet? Oh, that's a good question, Joe. Should we see? I bet it does. Okay, but before we do anything else, we're going to clean this off. I think this is definitely the kind of thing you want to put some scrap paper down to ensure you don't ruin your work surface. Just saying. So I'm going to clean this all off. But I think it is drying pretty quickly. So we're going to come back and look at the very first one I did and see how that is looking. Okay. You'd put glitter in the paste. How long, that's what we're looking at, Carol, right now, is how long it takes. Somebody said 5 minutes, they thought, and then it'll be dry. Since this is, you are seeing me use it for the very first time right this minute. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it is pretty fast drying. But I also think it really depends on, like, how humid your work area is, and if it's... like I'm in my basement where it is wet and moist. I know, isn't that horrible that I say that? That's like the world's worst word. Okay. So I got my tools clean. I think I'm good to go. So let's take a look. Oh my gosh, it's dry. It's a little tacky, but it's pretty much dry. So I don't know, how long has that been? Like 5? Heat tool can speed up the process. You can also add embossing powder and then heat tool. Ooh, so many options. Oh, I'm very excited about this. So there we go. I think, you know what I think I'm going to do? I was just filming a video for a card with my, here, I'll show you what I mean. Hold on one second. Oh, if I can find it. I have a whole thing. Well, darn it. I have a whole thing of die cut flowers, and I was just going to try and put some die cut flowers on here. What did I do with it though? I know it's close. I'm sure it's under something because I only have like a gazillion things out on my table here. And I just had it like literally a very short time ago, as in yesterday. Oh, here it is. I told you. Okay. So I have this package full of flowers from the Falling Flowers bundle. What I did was I stamped a whole bunch of them and die cut them and then put them in here so that when I was making cards I could just kind of put them together quicker, and which by the way works like a dream. I'm going to get some clean work surface stuff. So definitely have paper out so you can cover your work surface with, I just recycle copy paper, but if you had like newspaper or something like that, that would work great. I'm just cleaning up a teeny bit here. Okay, and you know what? I need to sit down. Hold on. Pulling my chair up. So I do think you could add some glitter. I would like I think someone suggested with the embossing powder, mixing it in before you apply it. I think that would work better than trying to sprinkle it on and get it to stick that way. I would mix it up beforehand. And then what I'm going to do is just set out some flowers here and see what we come up with to decorate this. Ooh, does anybody like where we're headed here? So this is actually, I was just doing this online class, so we'll just tuck these all in and they'll be super cute like that. Then there's, oh, I can actually, maybe I'll put this. Now here's one of my favorite things to do is rip these leaves and then tuck in like that. And I can tuck the smaller ones in over here. Oh, I like that. Then of course we need a fabulous saint to go with this. So what if, ooh, hold on. See, you guys totally got me to make more cards. You didn't even know you were doing this. All right. Ooh, I was using this the other day. I wonder if it's still out. Yes, it is, but it's dirty. Hold on. So there's this new set called Just Add Text. It's not a big set, which is good. But I'm going to show you, in just a second, I'm going to show you a preview of a card that is going to be on my blog tomorrow because I kind of am proud of it. And there's a video too. I gotta clean, speaking of cleaning my Stampin' Scrub, I need to clean mine. So this card is, or this stamp set is really pretty. Well, actually both of them. Here, I'll pull them in. So Just Add Text is one, and then the other is the Falling Flowers. Okay, so let me quick stamp this. What color? Oh, probably Bermuda. Do you guys ever like stress over what color you should stamp things in? Because you don't want to make them, you don't want to do the wrong color and make it look bad. Like, of course I can't find my Bermuda ink pad. Because that is just what's happening today. Oh, here it is. I used it earlier. I knew it was somewhere. Okay. So we'll stamp this down. Hopefully this is straight. Oh, phew. Not bad. All right. So I'm going to pop this up. And I do like this paste though. So I really like arranging my cards a little bit before I commit to adhering anything. That way, if I royally mess up, it's not that big of a deal. And I can cover, I can kind of have a plan going in so that it works up just right. You know what I mean? So we'll kind of stick that one right there. And then this one, if you haven't ever seen me do this, you're going to kind of go nuts over this technique, I think. So this is my silicone mat, which somebody referred to just recently. I'm going to take some mono liquid glue. I like to call it green glue. And then I have a sponge. Now, you have to, don't judge me by my sponge. Oh, so ugly. It's all gross because I've been using it, but it still works, so that's awesome. So any of these intricate dies that don't really have much surface for gluing, I'm just going to sponge that glue right on the back, and on my silicone mat it won't stick to this permanently, so it works great. And it's another, as someone said, it does work with this paste, so that's good to know. I kind of figured it would, but I wanted to test it somewhere so that I didn't ruin it, and I didn't want you guys to ruin yours if it didn't work. Okay, so I curled my leaves a little bit. There we go. I'm going to tuck in just a little bit more greenery. I don't think that's adhered yet either. So I'm pretty sure that Fast Fuse will work to adhere things to this paste, and it does seem to, so that is good to know. Woo! Oh, and did I just put adhesive on the wrong side of this? Well, not really. It's okay. I'll tuck this one in here. Oops. And then I'll tuck this one in over here. Oh, I just gooed up my fast fuse, though. I don't usually do that too often. Okay. So we'll stick this in here. You were disappointed in the faceted gems. They look on the cheap side. Oh, I disagree, Donna. I love them. Oh my gosh, I think they're fabulous. I've been using them a lot, actually. They're different. I mean, they're not quite as sparkly as the regular rhinestones are, but I do think they are pretty. All right, now to really punch this up, I think we need a layer of white. So let's see. Have you guys ever seen my cardstock thingy? I have all these pre-cut pieces of cardstock handy and ready to go so that I don't have to sit and cut cardstock. It's pretty handy, so I have them in a bunch of different sizes. There we go. Do we like that? Oh yeah, that looks good. Oh, so good. Okay. So now I'm going to adhere all of this together, and don't worry, we're going to dress it up a little bit. I think this is screaming for some sparkle. 1 second, because it's a coming. Okay. I'm going to use those faceted gems. I do like them, Donna. I'm not sure what you think, but I do like them. I think they're pretty. But they are not sparkly the way like the rhinestones sparkle differently, I guess. So they're just different. Maybe that's the word. Okay, so I'll put a little one right there, and definitely a great big one right here for sure, and then a medium-sized one over here. Oh, look at that. So pretty. And then, because I could never just finish with just that, then I'm going to go ahead and get my, just making sure that's clear. I'm going to spritz with my clear. So to do this, just take something, I'm using scissors, and I'm just going to smack it against my card, okay? And what that does is it puts sprinkles of spritz. Now because I'm using clear, you gotta smack it for a little bit. But then when you pick it up, you can see you see all the shimmer? There's quite a bit of shimmer on there. Sometimes it's hard to pick it up with the camera. You can also, of course, color in. So like what if you colored in just some of the areas on the flower, not the whole thing, you know? So it's just fancy in some places. Like that, I don't know. I think that's kind of fun. So there we go. And maybe just a little bit on here. Oh, that turned out pretty awesome. Who knew I was going to do this extra card? Oh my gosh. But it is 4:30. I've been on for an hour and a half, and I'm not even going to lie, I'm a little tired. So I hope you like this card though. All of the projects, I'll bring them all back in. All of the projects will be featured on my blog on Wednesday. I never can get them up sooner than that because I usually do more than I intend. And I also really need to clean up my area because I have my in-person club tomorrow and I gotta clean things up for them. Okay, so here's my first card. I'm trying to find the other version that I did. Here we go. That had the thanks kindly. Then my second card was this one. That one was pretty cute. I like that one. And then my third card was, there were the two versions. There was the one with the music or the one without. And then, of course, my fourth card is this one. And then the one that you're going to have to come check out on my blog is whatever I figure out to do with this paste and these bricks and the color. So there you go. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So if you guys have any questions, of course, let me know. Don't forget to share the video. Oh, and I got to get my host code here. So hold on a second. I'm going to go out of the screen for just a second because I got to tell you my host code for ordering. I'm coming. Don't wait, or do wait. Hold on. It'll be just 1 second. I knew I should have wrote this down beforehand. Okay, sorry. Okay, so we have a host code for this week. SJ27EGDG. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. When you order with this host code, let's see, what did I have as my special? Oh my gosh, I have all this written out on a piece of paper, but it's not in my craft room. You have until Sunday, June 18th. That's Father's Day, because there's nothing better for Father's Day than a Stampin' Up! Order, right? Just kidding. And then I will have a free gift. Gosh, what was it? I had something in mind too. Dang it. And I think it was something I know what it was. Well, you know what it could be? Well, okay. So my free gift will be a roll of this ribbon. This is the chevron ribbon. So you'll get a free roll of that if you place at least a $50 order using this host code. And then I also will have a drawing. And you know what's going to be in that drawing? The paste, the masks, and the knives. Okay, so that drawing will be for the paste, and you get that, you get entered by ordering, and I'm not spelling any of this right. There's no spell check on my pen. By ordering or by sharing this video. Okay, and then don't forget, everything will be posted to my blog Wednesday. By the way, the other thing I want to mention is I have the last round, well, I shouldn't say last, but my next round of product shares is almost full. So if you would like to get in on that, please either message me or leave a comment in here and I will get you all the details, because they're pretty awesome and there's a ton of amazing products this year to share. I've got a DSP share, a ribbon share, an accessory share, an I Want It All share, and an I Want It All over 3 months share. So you can do any of those. If you have any questions though, of course, let me know. So this will be Wednesday on my blog. Of course, if you missed any of our video, you can come back and watch it again. We would love to have you. And I do look at the comments, so if you have another question, please let me know. Good night to Switzerland. I'm so honored that you came to watch me. Thank you guys so much. I love stamping with you each week, and I would appreciate your orders. It helps me bring all of these fun ideas to you each time. Thanks, guys. Have a great week. Bye.